What's up, fam? I want to encourage someone with this word today. So many times we don't know or are unaware that God really does have a plan for our lives. The Bible says that before he formed us in our mother's womb, he knew us, and he has a plan for us. Before the foundation of the earth, we were created in him. So see, we're not an afterthought. It's not random. Like, God's plan for you is so specific, but we have to come into agreement with that plan. We have to surrender and submit and yield to that plan. And the Bible says that his ways are not our ways and his thoughts are not our thoughts. I say that to say sometimes what God has for us is better than anything we could have ever imagined, because we don't always see ourselves the way he sees us, if that makes sense. So I was thinking about that today, and I was reading the book of Jeremiah, and it's talking about how the potter created something with the clay, and it wasn't perfect. So he just started all over and created something different. And I just thought about how sometimes, can you imagine God made you a cup and you're looking up at him like, why'd you make me a cup? I want to be a vase. Because in our minds, a vase could be better than a cup. But in reality, it's not. One is just different than the other, right? Let me read this to you guys. It's in Jeremiah 18. It says, this is the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord. Go down to the potter's house, and there I will give you my message. So I went down to the potter's house, and I saw him working at the wheel. But the pot he was shaping from the clay was marred in his hand. So the potter formed it into another pot, shaping it as seemed best to him. Then the word of the Lord came to me. He said, can I not do with you, Israel, as this potter does, declares the Lord? Like clay in the hand of the potter, so are you in my hand, Israel. If at any time I announce that a nation or kingdom is to be uprooted, torn down, and destroyed, and if that nation I warn repents of its evil, then I will relent and not inflict on it the disaster I had planned. And if at any time I announce that a nation or kingdom is to be built up and planted, and if it does evil in my sight and does not obey me, then I will reconsider the good I had intended for it. I just say all that to say, we're not our own. We were bought with a price. So I encourage you in this season, in this timing of vindication, of recompense, of restoration, where change is here and change is already happening, be moldable in the Lord's hands. Let him have his way in you. Let's not be so, stuck on what we think we want when we don't know what we want, because we don't belong to ourselves. Allow him to shape you. Be moldable in his hands. Allow the Lord to have his way with you. Be encouraged. It's your girl, Coach K. Leave me a comment.